on missing mom Susan Powell. She's the Utah mom of 2 young boys, last seen 2 weeks ago. Well, now her friend is coming out. Says that Susan's marriage was rocky and she wanted a divorce. Now, her husband, Josh Powell, was the last person to see her. Police say he is not a suspect, but he is a person of interest, quoting authorities there in Utah. And suddenly, just yesterday, Josh Powell shows up at her family's vigil, travels some 900 miles from Utah to Washington to make a surprise appearance. Doesn't speak with the missing wife's parents as well. So he stays in the back of the room on this one, or the back of the vigil. We'll take your calls, 1-877-TEL-HLN. Joining me now to talk about this, we welcome back Chuck Cox, Susan Powell's father. Chuck, first off, we spoke last week. How are you holding up? It's got to be such a difficult time right now for you.
It's very difficult, and we're just taking it day by day, waiting for news.
Chuck, I want to get this out there because I think it just shows such strength. Were you part of a charitable event today, giving away and wrapping Christmas presents for others in the midst of your pain?
Well, my best friend, Mike Gifford, one of my best friends, he's been responsible and started this organization here in Santa Cops in Powell years ago, and I've helped him from time to time, and this is what they do this time of year, so we're here to help him, and he's helping out me.
Well, Chuck, I just want to applaud you for that in the time, again, of your great pain that you would give to others. So just what a show of strength and what an inspiration. In the meantime, your daughter's missing, and as I mentioned, there was a vigil, and her husband, Josh, showed up. What was your reaction to know? Did you see him arrive?
No, I didn't see him arrive, and I was surprised that he would show up at it.
So you had no contact with him at all, Chuck? No, didn't speak to him?
No, not at all. It was after the vigil was over that I believe I was in toward the back, and he came in, and I wanted to talk to him, but they had a little group going there, and I don't know. It didn't seem appropriate at the time. I figured if he wanted to talk to me, he would come forward.
What is your hope with Josh at this point? Do you hope going to a vigil will inspire him to be more cooperative with the authorities, Chuck?
I would hope that.
What, I know this is difficult when we talk about your son-in-law here. Have you spoken to him at all since Susan went missing?
About 3 times. The last was about a week ago on a Sunday afternoon, and at that time he was under such pressure, and I didn't want to badger him or anything, but I had to ask some questions, and I asked him if he knew where my daughter was, and he said no.
Chuck, with so many of us, the events of the last time Susan was seen, there's questions. Would Susan have let her little guys go camping? Would she have given the okay to a midnight camping trip?
There's no circumstance that I could imagine where she would agree to let the children go camping, or no, there's no circumstance I can imagine at all that she would agree to that.
Chuck, again, thanks for taking time as we continue to follow this, and we just hope by telling the story that someone who knows something will help find Susan, and we pray that she's alive and well. Chuck Cox, thanks again for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Chuck Cox again, Susan Powell's father, joining us.